What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. Today we're going to be going over the kit for Quiggold, and we're also going to be talking about some stuff with the era battles, because it looks like CG has changed up how era battles are implemented. They've kind of altered things a little bit. Pray they don't alter it any further, and it's caused some consternation within the community. We're going to talk about both those things in this video. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this video, but we're going to start by talking about Quiggold's kit reveal, and then we'll go into the era battles. So, Quiggold is the newest pirate. We knew it was coming as part of what's going to be part of Hondo Onaka. Pirate King Hondo, I think is what his name is going to be. Pirate King Hondo, it's going to be one of the requirements for him, and I don't think they actually put the requirements in here. I do these videos the next morning, because they almost always change something in here, and like when this first went live, like his basic, which is supposed to deal damage, they forgot to add the part that deals damage in the basic. So yeah, we always do this the next morning just because it gives time for CG to actually get the proper kit up and get everything explained in here. So Quiggold is going to be a tank for the team, Pirate Scoundrel Order 66 raid, which makes sense. You know, we already knew the pirates are going to be part of this later raid team. Strong synergy with Captain Athano and other pirates that are yet to come. We do have Athano's full team coming here eventually. We have these two plus Kicks and one other that I can't remember off the top of my head. And it looks like as we go through this kit, it's also going to be part of Maz Kanata, and that she's going to lead this team. So you're going to have this light side lead pirate leading a bunch of dark side pirates, so rip Datacrons for this team. But anyways, he's got Territory Battle Omicron Prayer Necklace, which significantly bolsters his defense. Pirates can't be critically hit, they take reduced damage, and the first time any pirate ally loses 50% of their health, they dispel all debuffs on themselves and gain damage immunity. So Territory Battle Omicron for this guy, and his basic Deck Sweeper, which I think is going to be the first AoE that we've seen in a basic for any character in this game, will allow him to steal Taunt from all enemies, while his special Buccaneer lets him steal Foresight and Tenacity up. So we've seen this before with Athano, where he can steal Protection up from the enemy team. Now we're getting Foresight, Tenacity up, and Taunt stolen with Quiggold here. So we're continuing this theme of pirates being able to steal buffs from the enemy team. Inspiration, you know, we see him in Force Awakens when Finn is trying to charter a flight and get away from everything. He's at Maz's castle on Takodana. I can't speak this morning. And then he's always apparently carrying a set of prayer beads, which is cool, I guess. You know, don't really know much about him, but also his weapon is like the same size as him. So this is going to be, it's quite funny with this guy. One thing to be aware of is that you will need to make sure he doesn't have buff immunity, as that will impact him stealing buffs and the taunt from enemy teams. Spend his stacks of profit wisely, as some of the buffs he gains, such as Bulwark, Retaliate, and Stun immunity, rely on the amount of stacks that he has. And then surprisingly, he's got like a Sith callout, like an anti-Sith callout in his kit. Not sure where this is coming from, but when using his Buccaneer special ability, focus on targeting Sith because his ability has additional effects against them. Yeah, I'm not sure what that's about. Maybe, I don't know. I'm not sure where this is coming from. But yeah, we'll see if this is like tailored to beat some kind of Sith team. We'll see. His marquee event starts July 5th, July 15th, which is next Tuesday. And yeah, we will need him at Relic 5. This was added later. So let's get on to his kit here. Basic, his Deck Sweeper, deal physical damage to all enemies, then inflict defense down for 1 turn. Steal any taunt from all enemies and reset its duration. If no taunt was stolen and if Quiggold has 2 or more stacks of profit, he consumes 2 of them and gains taunt for 1 turn. So either way, he is taunting on his basic. Now, if you can call him to assist as well, it doesn't say anything about like on his turn. So this is something where I think like with Bad Batch and some of these other teams, you know, on their turn, they get extra buffs or extra effects with their team. So this is something where you can call him to assist anytime and he can taunt. That is if he has the stacks of profit, or he can steal it from any enemy and reset its duration. So that's going to be interesting. Special 1 is called Buccaneer, 4-turn cooldown. Steal any Foresight Tenacity up from all enemies, grant them to all pirate allies, and reset their duration. Deal physical damage to all enemies, inflict Tenacity down and blind for 1 turn on all enemies. The attack cannot be evaded, but can be resisted, so you may want to get some potency on this dude. If Quiggold had 5 or more stacks of profit, consume 5 of them and inflict 1 stack of damage over time for 2 turns, and remove 50% from the target enemy, which cannot be resisted. So there you go, that cannot be resisted. That's nice. This stack of damage over time and terminal removal is doubled if the target enemy is a Sith. If no buffs were stolen, all pirate allies gain defense up and protection up 50% for 2 turns. Yeah, there's this weird Sith callout, and I'm not sure what this is about. I don't really know the lore of Quiggold. Maybe there's something about him just really hating Sith. This one is weird. So I'm trying to think, like, but also a lot of your Sith teams, if I'm not mistaken, are immune to turn meter reduction, right? Like, I think Sith Empire has mechanics blocking turn meter reduction. So that takes out Sith Empire. Maybe a Sith Eternal team, but Sith Eternal's not that great. You know, Bane, but again, like the Bane you're using on offense, not on defense. So this one's weird. This one's really weird. I'm trying to figure out like what Sith team this is supposed to be going for and why this call out is here. But hey, if you don't have any buffs to steal, at least your team is getting defense up, protection up for 2 turns, which is nice. That's pretty good. So the overall, pretty simple, straightforward kit there with his special and his basic. Oh gosh, no, get out of here. Get out. Oh geez. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, okay, unique 1. Oh, ad blocker. Gotta love it sometimes. Alright, his unique 1 is first mate Zeta. At the start of battle, Quiggold taunts for 2 turns against 10% defense, max health, and max protection for each pirate ally. If the ally in the leader slot is a non-galactic legend light side pirate support, aka Maz Kanata, this taunt cannot be dispelled or prevented, and Quiggold gains double these stat increases. Whenever Quiggold's health drops below 50%, he gains defense up, protection up 50% for 2 turns. Whenever Quiggold resists a debuff, he gains 1 stack of profit, max once per turn. And whenever Quiggold taunts, he gains 1 stack of bulwark, max 5 stacks for every stack of profit for 2 turns. Quiggold is immune to stun if he has 5 or more stacks of profit. And then so talking about this, obviously, nice thing to see here is that we're getting these bonuses based on Pirate Ally. They've been doing this thing where like they get bonuses based on Relic Amplifier level, and they've kind of stepped away from that, which is nice because yeah, this is a little bit easier for players to manage. You can throw them into that team of pirates, and you don't have to worry about getting high relics on him to get those bonuses. And then with Maz Kanata, basically this is going to be like 100% bonus defense, max health, max protection. So this is going to be nice. This is going to be very nice. Granted, this is going to wait for Maz Kanata to get here, which means we're not going to really get this team up and running till October at this point. So, yeah, take your time farming this team. Yeah, Quiggold's definitely going to be relying on Maz Kanata to really get going here. And then his second unique is Prayer Necklace with a Zeta and an Omicron. At the end of each of his turns, if Quiggold is taunting, he gains 1 stack of Retaliate, max of 5 for every 2 stacks of profit for 1 turn, which cannot be copied. If the ally in the leader slot is a non-galactic legend pirate and Ithano is an active ally, so you can use Ithano here as well. I think, yeah, if Ithano is an active ally, I'm pretty sure that means you can use Ithano lead for this. The first time Quiggold is defeated, consume all stacks of profit on him, and all pirate allies recover 50% max health and max protection and gain damage immunity for 1 turn, which cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. Very, very nice. Pretty good there. That's definitely a Zeta there. With that last part where he's defeated. Yeah, that's his Zeta right there. I can guarantee that's going to be his Zeta. But yeah, this looks good. Yeah, if you're going for the pirates, this is going to be pretty good. And at least you get to use a Thano lead with this instead of a Maz Kanata lead to at least get this unique going. But yeah, they pretty much told us that Thano is going to be like a kind of substitute lead until we get Maz and we get Pirate King Hondo down the road for your pirate teams. And then the Omicron, while in territory battles, Quiggold starts the battle with 5 stacks of profit and gains 250% defense and 50% tenacity. While Quiggold is active, and if at the start of the battle there's no Galactic Legend ally and all of the pirates all their allies are pirates, enemies defeated by pirate allies cannot be revived, and all pirate allies have 50% max health and max protection. Bit bonus, max health and max protection. Cannot be critically hit and take 30% reduced damage. The first time any pirate ally loses 50% of their health, they dispel all debuffs on themselves, gain damage immunity for 2 turns, which cannot be copied, dispelled, or prevented. This can only occur once per battle for each pirate ally. So, decent territory battle Omicron there. I mean, it's not like setting the world on fire. I'm not looking at it saying, oh my gosh, I have to have this for pirates. The really interesting thing to note is that you've got to, like, this is basically excluding Pirate King Hondo, so you can't run Quiggold with Hondo, which kind of sucks. And that's a lot of the call-outs here, is that like he's getting shoehorned into the Maz Kanata team. So it kind of takes the theory crafting out of this, which really is unfortunate. I wish they would stop doing this, but they're not going to. They give us our set of 5 characters for a team and say, good luck, have fun, and rip anybody who wants to theory craft. But anyways, moving on from that to this era battle stuff. So we got confirmation on the Pirate era battle and when it's coming, but also we're getting Smuggler's Run 3 with Pirate King Hondo, which makes sense. Rip to anybody who's been working on getting Ahsoka, because once again, Ahsoka is getting the short end of the stick here. Really good Galactic Legend, but man, she's just getting nothing. Like, people weren't exactly excited to get her in the first place, and now we've got no event for her and Spectre. So yeah, it's just falling down the tier of like which Galactic Legends are most worthwhile your time, because now Hondo is getting Smuggler's Run 3. And the era battle for this is coming in August, which is interesting. And this, I think, has people upset because the way era battles currently work is that they're supposed to be like every week after the marquee battle ends, we get 2 era battles for that marquee event, and then it kind of cascades from there. We get like 4 marquee pirates, we get 4 sets of 2 era battles, and then we get another era battle for pirates for the next round. And the way things are going now is that basically, I think what they've done, and I think the reasoning for this is because of what we've got going on with pirates, and I've got to pull up Galaxy Heroes for you guys to see. So basically what's going on with Galaxy Heroes and the pirates is because this era is just pirates, and it's not split up like we had with our last era where we had the era battles, where you had like the clone troopers, and then you had the Jedi characters with Crimes Against the Republic. What's going on here is that it's 6 pirates for this era versus 4 clone troopers and 2 Jedi for the last era battle. So I think what their justification for this is, because you have 6 pirates here, is that they're going to give us the full set of era battles once we get more of the pirates in the game versus just a Thano right now. Because if you go and look at what you've got, and it should pull up here shortly, maybe, come on, there we go. All right, so basically what's going on is because we've just got a Thano right now, and we're waiting on the rest of the pirates to come in. They're waiting to give us the era battle later on once we get more pirates, which sucks. I know people planned on having a Thano ready to go, and they would get him ready to go at 5 stars with the first pass of the era battle, and unfortunately that has not been communicated, which has people very upset, which I 100% understand. Like, that really needed to be communicated a lot quicker. You know, they've altered how things are working with era battles. Also, we've only got, looks like, 1 round of Crimes Against the Republic this round. Meathead did give a message about how that is supposed to, like, dates got mixed up, but the wording on it's kind of weird as well. So I'm not quite sure. Yeah, he said in his quote, the amount of times they're running is right, and they shifted dates by accident on their part, which I'm not quite sure what that's supposed to mean. So yeah, I'm a little worried on what's going to happen with the era battles there. But at least we know that the era battles are coming in August, and we will see if they change up the rewards for these era battles, what they're going to do with them. But yeah, I really wish this had been communicated a lot quicker. But at least at the same time, we got an announcement of Smuggler's Run 3, which requires Hondo at Relic 3. And it looks like you need 9 other characters required, which I'm assuming is all the pirates required to do Smuggler's Run 3. So we'll see how this all pans out. You know, at least there's going to be a nice little event for Hondo, because now there's an incentive to go for Hondo beyond, okay, well, he's not going to be up and running in time for the Order 66 raid. What's the point? Well, now you've got Smuggler's Run 3. So I'll be curious to see what the rewards are for Smuggler's Run 3. If it's more mod slicing mats, that's perfectly cool. I'm perfectly fine with that. Could always use more mod slicing materials, but we'll see if they do something a little bit different. Maybe a lot of money, like credits or currency or something. We'll see what they figure out with this. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down below. What do you guys think about Quiggold's kit? What do you guys think about these changes to the era battles and what they're doing here? I'd love to get your all's thoughts on it. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys next time.